As we discussed earlier, a protocol is a configuration setting which contains the measurements you are collecting, the EEG inputs you are using, and how you want all of this information displayed. Protocols can be individualized to a specific research project, a subgroup of patients, or even the provider caring for the patient. To create a protocol, you will tap System Configuration on the main menu and then tap Protocols. You will now be brought to the Protocol menu. On the left-hand side, you will see all of the protocols that already exist on your CNS. On the right, you will see a picture of the EEG amp you have enabled in your device list. And at the bottom, you will see options to edit, create, delete, import, or export protocols. To create a protocol, you will tap the Create Protocol button. This takes you to a screen where you will choose to have EEG in your protocol or not. For the sake of this demonstration, we are going to add EEG into our protocol by tapping Full 1020 System and then tapping Select at the bottom of the screen. Now, you will be prompted to select the measurements you want included in your protocol and where you will want the information to come from. For example, I will select ART, arterial blood pressure, and select to get this information from my bedside monitor. I will continue to select any other hemodynamic measurements I want to include and then tap Next to do the same for my neuro measurements. You will notice that under EEG, it will already display which amplifier you have connected in your devices. We are just going to tap through here and add some measurements. You can see that when you tap the measurement, it will give you the option to pull from any of the devices you have selected that deliver that information. Some things, such as GCS, don't come from a device, but from an assessment and can only be input into the CNS manually. Once you are done adding neuro measurements to your protocol, tap Next again. You will do the same for respiratory and temperature as well. Once you are sure you have added all of the measurements you want to include in your protocol, tap Done one last time and you will come to the Enter Step Name screen. These steps are the tabs that you will see on the left-hand side of the screen during monitoring. You can think of steps as folders that help you keep your various customized displays organized. We're going to type in nursing to keep it consistent with the other protocols and tap OK. Next, you will come to the Enter Display Name screen. Displays are the buttons you see on the bottom of the screen. When you are monitoring and you tap these, it is essentially like changing the page you're looking at. Each display can have different trends displayed. We are going to name display A as Vitals and tap OK. You will then add the area that you want your vitals displayed on the screen. Tap Add Area and you will choose how you want to see the data in trends, waveforms, EEG, etc. We are going to select Trends and then add the trace that we want to see the trends for by tapping Add Trace. Then you will get to choose which category your trace is from. We are going to choose Hemodynamic and add heart rate by tapping on it, and you will see on the screen the heart rate trend. You can then add another trend by tapping Add Trace again and repeating the previous steps of selecting the category and then the trend. When you have multiple trends in your display, you can delete, edit, or move your trends by tapping the buttons to the right of your display, allowing you to rearrange your trends until you have them exactly the way you want to see them on your data collection screen. If you want to see trends, waveforms, and even EEG on the same display, you can tap Add Area, then add the type of data you want to visualize. We are going to add waveforms, and then select the picture that displays how we want to see the two areas together. Once I've added my waveform area, I can go through the steps to add a waveform I would like to see by tapping Add Trace and selecting the measurements I want to see displayed as waveforms. If I want to add another area for something such as EEG, I can again tap Add Area, select EEG waveforms, and then tap on the picture that shows the information displayed in a way you prefer. Once you've added a waveform area, I can go through the steps to add a waveform I would like to see by tapping Add Trace and selecting the measurements I want to see displayed as waveforms. If I want to add another area for something such as EEG, I can again tap Add Area, select EEG waveforms, and then tap on the picture that shows the information displayed in a way you prefer. Once you tap this, you will be prompted to create the EEG montage you wish to employ in this specific display area. You do this by clicking Form Chains, tapping the electrode you want to start with, and then the next electrode you want to form a channel with. You will see a list of channels on the left side. You can also insert a gap between groups of channels using the Add Spacer button. Once you have your montage set up the way you would like, tap Done. You will see what your display will look like during monitoring. Once you are happy with the displays, you tap Accept, and it will give you the option to go back and edit again, add another display, delete the display, rename the step, or select the display as the main display. We're going to add another display by tapping Add Display and naming it Oxygen Trends. Once we tap OK, it will take us back to the familiar steps of adding areas, trends, waveforms, etc. We can repeat these steps to add all of the displays you wish to see when collecting data and monitoring your patient. Once you've created all of your displays, tap OK at the bottom of the screen, and then OK again on the next screen. You will now see the option to discard, save, or continue editing your new protocol. Tap Save As and fill in the information on the protocol name, what the purpose of the protocol is, and who authored the protocol. Click OK, and you will now see your new protocol listed on the left-hand side of the screen with the other protocols.